like a legit golfing outfit.
Yeah.
This is Milo Wilson, aka Sunspring 20. You guys are hanging out with him for another episode. We got Eman in the golfing episode right now. Eman, you can start whenever you want. Hopefully you remember how the other day. We're just going golfing. Eman's trying to work up his strength a little bit, which is definitely, this is kind of one of the ways to do it. It doesn't do it like immediately, but it does do it, a little bit throughout time. So, we give you that credit. And it's also an awesome opportunity for you guys to meet Eman on an official capacity and get to know who he is and what some of his opinions and values might be, and etc. You guys can formulate your own opinions about him. He's been in several of the videos now, so you guys are probably starting to get used to him. And here's your chance to meet Eman. Eman, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's going on?
Not a lot. Ooh, just barely put my ball right in front of yours.
I'm back for another game of golf because the last one didn't work out per se.
Yeah. I didn't have that microphone audio the way you wanted it. It's kind of tricky to figure out. There's so many different places to put options for your audio. You can do it on your controller, you can do it on your pause menu, you can do it on your console menu. There's so many different places. It's kind of hard to recognize that you have it set up right. So a little bit of technical issues. Nothing too bad. Nothing too bad. Man, we've been doing a lot of dirty work today, haven't we?
Yeah.
Playing golf is kind of nice and relaxing after the day we've had, bro.
Definitely. All the nightclub work and everything else.
The Kaio, we had the prison break, which ultimately didn't end up working out. So the broadcast in general, I don't even think we got to any racing today.
No, we didn't.
There's no racing today. It kind of sucks. It's the last day of my days off. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and have to go to work. So, that's all right. No big deal.
We'll get it in next week.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna fit it in. Well done. Green in regulation. Looks like you're doing a little bit better this round than you were the first round anyways. I don't have to coach you a whole lot.
Yeah.
You pretty much got it.
I really got the concept the first time.
Yeah. So that's going to work out. Alright. I don't know if this is going to work out though. We'll see about it. Well, that wasn't too bad, I guess. The wind is really coming at me an awful lot.
Yeah.
So...
Did you hear that Shaq tried to buy Spice Adams' mansion? He told him that he didn't have enough money for him.
Now, Spice Adams, that had to have been a joke in some kind of way. Shaq has got like $400 million worth of real estate out there. Like he's worth, and Spice is worth like what, like $6 million?
Yeah, I think that's what he made in his NBA career.
So that has to be some kind of a joke. But he did more than just his NBA career. He went on to be his own actor in his own show or something in 2017. So, well, what did you say, Shaq? You ain't got that, big dog. I could see.
Man, the house he lives in now is huge.
No, Shaq does. Yeah, well, I mean, he probably has a few houses. Wouldn't you imagine? If you were Shaquille O'Neal, I mean, this guy pays for a truck, for a Jeep, drops it off has it delivered at the spot. They go and do what they need to do to it because Shaq is so big.
All right.
And then they finally drop it off at his house months later. I mean, he's got the money to go drop and wait months and months for a result. So I don't have the money to do that. I'm not going to wait months and months for a result. If I drop you all kinds of loot, it better be ready right now.
Definitely.
I can't do that. Catch me ordering something that's tens of thousands of dollars and waiting for if it's not that kind of money. But Shaq does it. Shaq, why is my guy all weird right now? Look at this.
I like how he said he goes out once a day and finds a little kid to get something for.
Somebody trying
give
to
him
spoil a little bit.
Pep talk. Yeah, give them a little pep talk and things like that.
Yeah, kind of help them pick up their shoulders a little bit, get the right path squared away. Well, I mean, wouldn't that make a difference in your life if you were kind of younger and impressionable growing up? One thing you can remember is Shaquille O'Neal coming and talking to you, spending a half a day with you, buying you this and that, passing you some of the wisdom, you know? That's a good thing I think that celebrities can do. You don't see a whole lot of celebrities out there doing stuff, making moves like that.
Nah, he said he tries to go out like literally once a day.
Like who was it from back in his day? All the other big stars too, Michael Jordan and all of them, Larry Bird, right?
Dennis Rodman,
Scottie Pippen, right? Like all those dudes, like they ain't doing well. Scottie Pippen saved the world. Apparently, China was gonna nuke everybody, but Scottie Pippen went over there and talked to everybody, and China didn't do that.
Right.
I don't know how I feel about
that. Getting stuck in those trees.
About the validity in that. Yeah, I want power shit. We'll see what happens.
I'm not really a political person.
Damn. All right. Yeah, I'm not. Well, I used to be, but I started to find that the more political I became, the more full of ideals I was, which made me susceptible to other people not being able to accept those ideals, being able to accept me for having those ideals. And what ultimately became was I became political and then lost friends. So,
right.
You know, like I'm not trying to encroach on people's boundaries as far as their political views go. I'm not trying to do anything like that, you know, whatever. But definitely, what's his name, did go and do something, hang out with China, tell them to cool the hell down. Rodman.
Dennis Rodman.
I don't know what his deal is with China and Kim Jong-un. I mean, good buddies. I don't know if he doesn't realize the kind of person that Kim is or what.
I think it's just like, I don't know, people say Dennis Rodman so messed up in the head.
He did kind of make a show of himself. Oh, not close at all. Where are you going with that putt?
See, the putting is the one thing that I gotta really get good at. I've pretty much gotten everything else so far.
Alright, you have one bogey. You might be able to get that back if you have a couple of good shots.
I keep forgetting that you don't really gotta worry about the wind when you're putting.
Right.
So okay. I try to account for that.
Okay, gotcha. Well, we're not too far. It's on the third hole. You're one over. I'm still equal out, so.
Oh yeah, it was way worse last time. If they would have been able to see that video.
Right. Alright, so this is, let's see here. I always put it back there, but it always goes way too far.
How many people can you get in one golf game at once?
I think 4 of them. Maybe.
We need to get a whole crew of us in here one day.
That was beautiful. The only problem is it takes forever because everybody's got to go, you know, their 1 minute of swinging before you know it. Or, you know, you're waiting 5 minutes for everybody to get one hole through. And there's 9 of it, so that's, you know, 45, 50 minutes worth of playing if you're moving quick, getting things done, which isn't always the case.
Right.
You know, you could be in there for a full hour, 15, just playing a golf, which, I mean, a good game of golf, don't get me wrong, is pretty all right, but
new record, that's pretty good.
Hell yeah, hitting those far shots
5 feet from the pin,
and it's so many inches up and down too, so when it's so many inches up, you got to hit it just a little bit harder.
See, now that I didn't worry about the wind on the putt, it made it a lot better.
All right. See, this is telling me this is 11 inches up. So the elevation, the height, is 11 inches up.
Right.
And then it looks like it's curving to the left. So I'm going to push it a little further up to give it a little bit harder of a hit. And it looks like it's hanging down and to the left. So I'm going to push it up a little bit right. And we'll see how this goes. All right.
Right on.
Nice. Now see, I'm going to be one under par. And being one under par means I didn't need that last, whatever it was, to get that last strike, right? So that's the concept of under and over. And here we go. Yeah, this is a much better game, man. By this time, you had four bogeys.
Yeah.
In the previous shoot, so yeah, much better game. Man, there was something I was gonna try and talk about, or at least bring up about you. It's gonna be half embarrassing, but now I can't remember what it was.
I don't know, man.
I can't remember. All right.
I know there's so many conversations that happen throughout the hours.
Yeah, throughout the course of the broadcast and throughout the course of just like the pre-broadcast, and yeah, just trying to figure shit out, man. It's hard to remember all my conversations. I used to keep a little booklet over here, try to keep track of what I wanted to talk about, but after I moved, oh God, I don't know where that booklet is. Somewhere in my car. Damn, that's pretty far away. What did you do? Did you hit a tree or something?
Nah, a little less power, and it wouldn't let me power hit.
Oh, you didn't get right on the spot?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was difficult for me the first time to figure out how to swing the club. I'm not used to doing it like that. Draw it back and push it up when you want it to go.
That was perfect hit.
That was pretty nice. You see that dead grass back there on the left?
Yeah.
That's where most of the people end up hitting it from. It's like where the ball is supposed to land or something. Alright, the wind's coming at me. I want to put it up here, but I want to account for some roll too.
I know last time we attempted to talk about the whole like marijuana movement and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. So we were talking about whether or not it exists, this tension between the professional connoisseur of marijuana, like the gas typhoons who go from Texas to Colorado to get their pot from the dispensaries and then go back to Texas, or like the executive directors of some boards, or whatever. Some of these people are professionals and they consume marijuana, and they don't give that energy pothead hippie stoner vibe, right? And we were talking about the point of frustration between the two and how we could bridge the gap, just so that man, this is weird. Just so that these entities could, and could get along and not feel so much tension about each other. Because I think part of it is, well, the potheads and the stoners are ruining the connotation, what could be a more positive connotation towards the public and how they view marijuana use, right? Because the suits aren't out there showing everybody that, hey, we smoke pot too, we're just not hippie stoners.
They're more behind closed doors.
Oh, that stole that from you. Did you see that guy?
Yeah.
That stole it from you. Which, I mean, I think we talked about
more behind closed door smoker versus a more out and open public smoker.
Right. And I think we talked about calling them out on their relaxed ways.
Yeah, their appearance and certain...
might be the wrong approach, whereas you could instead employ them to work in the dispensaries and to take on a more professional approach while they're there in the employment world, and kind of bridge the gap in a show me you're responsible enough to hold down a decent job kind of a way, and be professional by some means and look presentable by some means. Versus, right. So... Because I think at a time
when you go in there to a dispensary, you're going to want the dude to not be in a suit that you buy from, but in a way you don't want him to look like he just came from around the corner, hanging out in his car all day.
I don't want the guy who owns the dispensary to be walking up to me in a suit while he's behind the counter. Now, the person who put the money into his dispensary, maybe. I'd like to know if my dispensary is going to be there for a while, and that the business behind it is doing good, and there's good investors, and there's, it's going to be there. But
you also don't want to walk in there. If I was the dude,
but if I was the investor, I would want to make sure that I wasn't just giving my money away to a bunch of total fucking potheads too, right?
Right.
Like, so there's got to be that buffer there where there's like, because when it comes to the politics about it and trying to get it regulated and all that, you're passing bills and stuff, and you're trying to maintain a quality approach. It's like, hey, marijuana's going to be good for us, the economy, the people. But then you have all these stoners over here that are just like, yeah, man, just legalize it, bro. And it's like, okay, well, that's not really that thorough of an argument to put in front of you. You can't just go up to Congress and be like, yeah, man, legalize that shit. Like you can't.
Right.
That's not how it works, So I think it's difficult when you have those people to give the negative connotation towards pot to when you're trying to legalize it. Like, fuck, would you guys just chill with the whole stoner mentality so we can get this legal for a minute and then you can, go back to whatever.
Right.
As the investor,
there's more than just, it's more in there than just the smoke. Like there's the money aspect, like it goes into the schools and different things like that.
Exactly. We were talking about how different parts of the state and federally funded governments that work really benefit from the tax that comes from marijuana dispensaries and the public growing marijuana to be able to sell to those dispensaries the freedom that they have in that and recreationally as they do so. So all kinds of benefits there as far as the school systems, the cops, the fire departments, healthcare systems, veterans homes, things like that. But then you actually delve into the hospitals and how some of those federal hospitals like the veterans homes are funded and what types of treatment that unlocks the doors for them to, have potential to be able to use as far as marijuana goes. There's a plethora of treatment options that you can use for specific illnesses. Or ailments.
Also other addictions.
Right, that's true too. When you present legal marijuana into the scene, things like opiate use and methamphetamine use tend to drop to the wayside. People start to go to legal marijuana to be able to get off of that stuff versus going to rehabs and facilities and things like that. So that's
that
also
might
something
not possibly work depending on the person.
Right, but I mean it happens, and so there's that drop in usage that's recorded. It's recorded. It's there. There are statistics that are openly show that substance abuse in other areas drops when you legalize marijuana. So.
Right.
And you know what else, man? It gives the cops something else to do. And I'm not in any way against cops at all, but it gives them something else to do, so they don't have to spend a ton of money. Do you know how much money went into the war on drugs during the 90s in the state of Kentucky alone? And just a few months, I think it was 3 to 6 months capacity, over $600,000. That's a lot of money for a few months' time, to fight a war that ultimately has just been legalized now.
Yeah, and also another thing that helps with the legalization is it gets some of these people that are in here for it out of jail that shouldn't be in there.
Yeah. At a certain point, I think there's a cutoff point that they kind of decide. Yeah. I'm not sure. I think it's different state to state, but oh man, that was close, dude. That was a new record.
You use your driver for that one?
Yeah. That was a new record, man. I've played golf a long time, and I haven't got a new record in a long time. It's been a while.
Yeah, that's really cool. That.
So, yeah, the funding for the police, though, they wouldn't have to spend so much funds on that, the war on drugs, quote unquote, which is a farce to begin with. But, yeah, man.
new record for me also.
What's your opinion about the police and what was the argument to defund the police, right, and kind of all that stuff? Did you? I know we don't want to really get political, but do you have an opinion as far as law enforcement goes?
Well, like that's like another thing we attempted to talk about. Like I said, I feel like they need to be there. You take them away, and it's just going to make things worse.
But there definitely needs to be more stringent,
more training,
for them to be able to become, right. And I agree with that. We're the one nation that has the least stringent rules as far as getting into police academy goes. So
all you really have to do is be somewhat intelligent, which is not too hard.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be able to have had past your
fit,
at least.
If you're fit and intelligent, you can pretty much be an officer. There's like not much like that people, like I know it's a lot like more into it now, but back in the day, that's really all you needed to do.
Capacity of some sort, for sure.
Yeah, there's not enough stress training.
Right. Which the stress training for a scenario in the 80s would be totally different for a stress training for a scenario, that same scenario now.
Definitely.
Right. So a school shooting in the 80s would probably be a little bit different than a school shooting now, which school shootings happened as early as 1967, I think it was. It happened on a university campus. Somebody didn't like his professor and went and shot the guy on school grounds.
Right.
And that was day one. So, they've been happening ever since the early 60s. Here, they're nothing new. They're nothing new by any means. So, but anyways. Damn, you are in the rough over here.
Yeah.
Like the serious rough.
Tricky. I'm gonna have to get it perfect. Still kind of far away, but
you're still on the rough too. Still on the rough too. So, what are 3 things your friends would say about you that would be useful for other people to know?
I don't know. Like a lot of my friends, they like to come to me for help in vehicles and different things like that.
Right. Oh, that's what it was. Your tendency to trade shit. I want to talk about your tendency to trade shit all the time. What's that about? All right. So we were talking earlier in the broadcast, or was it the broadcast, or was it just regular? It was just regular playing gameplay.
Just regular conversation.
Yeah, just regular gameplay. We were talking about it, and it's like he has a tendency just to. That's how he gained shit when he was a youth. He was just, trading everything, this and that. Like, what was it I talked about? I'll give you this eraser for a 10-pack of pencils, like in school.
Right.
Like, how old were you when you probably first started? Like, when you first realized and started, like, keeping to the fact that you're trading shit. Like, I'll be trading shit. Like, I trade this, trade that, whatever, just trading shit. Like, how old were you when you realized this is what you do?
I don't know. I think it was right around middle school time I started to realize that you could have something that someone else might want, and you could double the amount that maybe that item's worth.
Damn. Talking about some business thought right here. Like, this guy, you need to be running your own business right now. Use your own trade company.
I have my own little side detailing thing that I do. I like to detail cars and stuff.
Yeah, but you're not taking in a product to get rid of a product there. You're performing a service. Oh my God, did you see that? Holy shit. All right, that's going to be on the video replay there. All right. But anyway, so you were in middle school.
Me and my dad do different things, though, like different collectibles and stuff. Like, we might go out and find something that selling it for, and might turn around and sell it to someone online that's looking for it.
Yeah, so this is like so it's turned into like a form of like eBay hustle, kind of like in a way. Right on. I don't know. There's serious ways to capitalize and all that, dude. Serious ways to capitalize and all that. So, I mean, you figure it out, guy. You're gold, bro. You're on top of it. So,
Definitely.
you know, like it's not really. People want to be like, what? Like he's going back to the barter system, which, by the way, I think we should still include in a lot of our dealings as nations and as people on a daily basis. I think it would be good to revert to the barter system. You know,
there's a lot of people that think, well, just because this person has something and they used it, it's not good no more, and that's not always the case.
Right? Yeah, that's from decades and decades of buying cars. Once they leave the lot, it depreciates in value.
Everyone thinks that they have to have brand new stuff nowadays.
Right. Nah, I got a buddy. He gets all of his Polo Ralph Lauren at the Goodwill. Yeah, so he's currently falling on hard times, and probably pray for him here and there. But I mean, you know, he's not normally the Goodwill kind of a guy, but he gets some good things over at the Goodwill.
Well, there's also people that just tend to buy to feel stress and things. So you might find somebody that bought something and never even used the item that they bought.
Right, they just bought it because they were stressed out and like buying shit when they're like eating chocolate when they're sad.
Right, so now their family comes in and they're trying to clear everything out, and you might get a good deal on something.
Absolutely. I think that's kind of his mentality when he goes is somebody's granddad, God bless, you know, God rest his soul, will have passed away. And
right. And then you also, throughout the years of doing things, you'll build up relationships with people where, like, they might need your help with something, and in return they might say, well, here's this, or, you know what I'm saying, I can't use this no more. Like, I'd like to give it to you.
Oh, turn that ball. Oh, get up there. Oh, just barely. Sound like I just took a shit on screen. Sorry, guys. Yeah. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that just take stuff up there that's good that they never use. It's just old. And you can walk into a Goodwill to the sections item and find old stuff in there that people they left in their quote unquote estate. Families just kind of went and dropped it off, not knowing what grandma and grandpa had.
Right.
You know, I've seen a lot of people go into a Goodwill, come out with something particularly valuable. You know. So,
what would a few things that would your friends say about you?
About me, my friends would love to tell you guys how honest I am about the people in their situations. I can tend to be an asshole about my opinions towards people's situations and what they need to do in order to progress from where they're at in their life. But I'm a good person to go to talk to about what the next step might be, or what the common consensus might be on something versus what reality would have us do. Right? Like I'm good for a down train of thought, and I tend to be an asshole about it. It's true. But you don't want all your ideals that you derive from your friends and your family as influence to be sugar-coated. You want these to be real ideas, right? You don't want people misleading you for the benefit of your comfortable nature in the moment, right? I don't care how uncomfortable it's going to make you. If you need to hear the truth, you're going to hear the truth. Right. So there's that about me. Outside of that, I'm stupid laid back. Like I really don't give a fuck about anything. As long as it's not dramatic, I really don't care. Right? So catch something going on that's dramatic, and I'll give a fuck enough just to not care at all, period, and just totally ignore the shit, and you'll get the short end of the stick every time. You'll get no attention from me with the dramatic business. So I don't do drama. And lastly, man, I don't know. People say I'm I'm like, I should have been a psychiatrist or something, you know? But I don't want to be a psychiatrist. That's for sure. I'm fairly artistic. You know, I actually have a lot of hobbies. You asked me the other day, what are some of my hobbies? I have a lot of hobbies, and I don't know where to even begin with them. Mountain biking, martial arts. I can play the piano. I collect watches. I build models. You know, I used to own my own yard service, so I could go out to the yard and just spend all kinds of time out in the yard doing that. You know, like, you name it, dude. I love driving. It's like my favorite pastime. I will do anything I can to get behind the wheel and just drive for a little while.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm really big into pot, too. I love pot. I was thinking the other day, like, what's something you know 100% unequivocally? They got questions you can answer, you know, and, like, you can do it hands down 100%. It's pot.
Right.
For sure, it's pot. Like, I was in Colorado for 16 years. I grew it. I cultivated it. I sold it. I, you know, got into business with it. You know, started some things with my buddies. I know the ins and outs.
Man, that's one thing, you know, like I tell myself, too. Like, everyone always comes to me, and they're like, can you show me how to grow it? And I'm like, I can't show you how to do it.
You just have to get in there and do it with me for a little while, like.
Exactly.
Like,
not only that,
process.
But it's like,
you know, if you're just learning how.
So long to learn.
Yeah, it's like, kind of one of those shoot and miss kind of efforts. You know, like sometimes you hit, sometimes you don't. But you learn from when you fuck up.
Though,
you know,
also that you want to be paid for your time, because there's also so much involved in it.
I would do it out in Colorado, and the guy would pay me $60 cash and give me a half an ounce to an ounce every time I came.
Like, there's so many bugs that are involved, so much nutrients, things like, and that's what a lot of people don't realize when
the size of the hole, the size of the bucket, the lighting and what light variant you need to use and what stage of the plant you're in.
But yeah, I would love to work at a dispensary one day and just like grow.
That would be dope as fuck. I wouldn't mind actually working in a dispensary setting for sure.
Like, try to get in at one that's just opened.
Oh, this is the last hole. Holy shit! You are 10 over right now.
Yeah, that last one really messed me up.
What the fuck?
Like, really bad.
We've just been kind of talking, man, carrying on the conversation, and I just realized you're like 10. I'm 4 over, 4 under. You're 10 over. This is
Yeah, the last 2 holes I got stuck with a lot of wind.
Yeah, you'd be alright, man.
It happens.
It does. I got 2 inches up on this one. And then we're gonna end the video right after the ad on this. So looks like I just won this hole. Man, this is what would you do if you had your own dispensary at your fingertips? Would you go to work every day, or would you chill and just leave it up to the people who work for you?
Oh, nah, I'm going to work every single day.
Going every day. Make sure that shit's run right, or just because it's the kind of atmosphere you want to be in, so you don't care?
Well, one is the atmosphere. I mean, I kind of want to see what everybody's vibes are like, bad or good day. Like, you can have a bad day, but I still want to see how you work.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
True.
Some
people can put their bad days behind them when they work, you know?
Yeah. I want people there that enjoy doing it. Like, I don't want someone there that's just doing it for the paycheck.
Man. That's going to bring up some good conversation for the next video. People who enjoy doing their job. Which I thoroughly believe that should be the case. You should enjoy what you're doing. You live at your work. You're home for the majority of the hours sleeping, and you're awake for the majority of the hours at work. So. Yeah. Here we go. The winner of the game right now. I finished first, but you know, Eman's the real winner. That strength of his is getting caught up, no matter how many.
Broke a few records, even though I was a little bad.
Broke a few records for what? The bogey record, or what?
Closest to the pin records.
Most bogeys in one video setting. I think you beat Chef on that, guy. No doubt.
Well, me and him are going to have to go at it one day.
GTA Online D-Class Granger 3600 LX, the overachieving child of the stalwart Granger, the 3600 XL, proves once again that the large means in charge, and anyone who says otherwise can expect 5,500 pounds of steel straight to the forehead. Purchase a stock variant of the D-Class Granger 3600 LX from Southern San Andreas Super Autos and install bespoke modifications such as the missile lock on jammer at the agency vehicle workshop. Ladies and gentlemen, GTA Online D-Class Granger 3600 LX. I use mine as my patrol vehicle when I'm just getting out and going to work as a cop and gameplay. So I take it out of the garage, I drive it to the police station, I park it there. It looks like a police SUV kind of just chilling there in front while I cruise around town in one of the cruisers. So I don't know if you have any type of regular gameplay like that, but I sure do. I sure do.
So it's fun every now and again.
Yeah. All right, it's going to set us back into this. Well, again, that's going to be the end of the video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're able to sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Hit like, subscribe, and tap that notifications bell. That's what's going to keep you notified anytime we get into a live broadcast, get ready to start racing, cast for the evening. If we throw a party on air, if we shoot videos, things like that, you'll be able to catch the video in full content form before it's taken down, edited, and then reposted to YouTube. So, with that having been said, Eman, you got anything else to say in closing now that you know how to jump the fence?
Hit Suspect 20 up on PlayStation. We need more people on here so he can get his shirt launched.
Absolutely. Hit me up on PlayStation. That's going to be your PS4 console. All one word, Suspect 20, capital S, capital T, Suspect 20. You can hit me up. I'll check the friend suggestions and the friend requests and all that stuff on a daily basis as I go from gameplay to gameplay. And I'll get you guys plugged in there so that you will be able to join up in the actual lobby once we get something going. So, all right, I guess that's it, man. We're going to get out of here, and I guess, we're going to see everybody in the next video.
Have a nice night, everybody.